Okay, in chapter 11, lesson 8, this lesson is all about dividing math sentences with fractions in them, and letter C on this problem is no different. It has 1 plus 1 over x, and then you're going to divide that whole thing by 1 minus 1 over x squared. And at first glance, it looks like there's not much we can do here, right? Because you have 1 over x in the top and 1 over x squared in the bottom, and those aren't the same thing, so I must not be able to cancel anything. Well, actually you can, but we have to apply a little bit about what we know of fractions. If I can turn that 1 into something with a denominator of an x, then I have two fractions with the same denominator, which according to fraction rules means I can add those. So that becomes my goal, is to change these whole numbers into a fraction with a denominator that's common with what's got going on. So let's start with the numerator. Anything over itself is going to be equal to 1. So I can actually replace this 1 with x over x. And I haven't changed the value of my fraction at all. I've just change the clothes, if you will, of what this 1 here is wearing. Instead of writing 1, I'm going to write x over x. And I chose x because I wanted to have a common denominator with this fraction so that I can add those. Remember, we're working towards simpler things, so we're trying to move towards common things. So that's what we want to do up there. And actually in the denominator, we do the same thing, right? Anything over itself is 1. So down here, I wanted to have a common denominator of x squared, so I can actually replace this 1 with x squared over x squared. So in the denominator, I would have x squared over x squared minus 1 over x squared. Now what I've created is two problems is probably the best way to think about it. I've got the problem in the numerator and the problem in the denominator, and I'm going to work them one at a time, but then, ultimately keep it in fraction form so I can see how to simplify things. So up here in the numerator, x plus 1 over x is what I get up there. And then the denominator, I have x squared minus 1 all over x squared. And I'm going to grab this guy and take him to a new page so I have more room to write. But what we do with him, at this point we just have two fractions divided. So we can apply our fraction rules at this point. X plus 1 over x divided by x squared minus 1 over x squared is the same thing as x plus 1 over x times x squared over x squared minus 1. At this point, I can see pretty readily that these guys are going to cancel. But I want to cancel these too, but that means I'm going to have to simplify this expression, which means I'm going to have to factor it out. Since it is x squared, I know that I'm going to have two x's, and minus 1 plus 1 seems to work, which then gives me an x plus 1 I can cancel up here. So then all I have left is x over x minus 1, and we did that simply by multiplying across, right? If these cancel, this is 1, and 1 times x comes down and is my numerator. 1 times I guess it's down here, the x plus 1 that I have left forms my denominator. This final expression cannot be simplified any further, so this is my answer.